Welcome back to Charlie and me, our camping vlog. Charlie is here beside me. We're still editing the video from the Charlie and me camping crew meetup that we had at Tree Grove in Kilkenny. If you didn't see episode 1, it's the video preceding this one, which we uploaded for a Monday. Now we're getting ready for episode 2. This is where we meet and greet some of the people who came to see us, and they tell us about their experiences camping, their camper vans, their motorhomes and their caravans. Enjoy part 2. Okay, so now we're at it again. There's a lot of people have joined us this weekend. I think we've done 3 or 4 interviews already, and we're going to do it again. And this time we've got a couple of little people. I might even have to drop the camera down a bit. So we'll do the usual. We'll start off with who you are, where are you from, and let's start from there.
How you doing? I'm Stuart, and this is Lee and Connor. And normally we'd have my wife Karen with us, but she's at home minding the dog. So.
Do you normally bring the dog camping with you?
No, she's not a camping dog at all. No,
she's a big dog.
No, she's a small dog, but she's just very nervous. She's 12 now. She doesn't travel very well.
And your wife's name is?
Is Karen.
Missing you already, Karen. Don't even know you, Karen, but I'm missing you already. I have to say these things. Okay, so we mentioned earlier on, you're new to this game.
Yeah, we're only about 2 years now. Bought the camper there July 18.
Right, so I think that's still relatively new.
Yeah, we're learning it.
And this is your first motorhome?
Yes, yeah.
What made you think, hey lads, let's spend a wad of cash and buy a camper van?
Just the excitement of it. I've been camping for years with family when I was a kid. And then
tenting?
Tents, yeah. So we thought we'd go fancy and go for a camper van instead.
And it is, I have said to more people, this is not camping.
No, it's not camping.
The tenting, you used to camp.
Yeah, real
now
camping,
you're just on a campsite.
Yeah.
So 2 years, so the guys, it's relatively new to you guys. What do you think of it?
Good.
Do you think you'll be doing it for, like, what age are you now?
10.
You have another few years. What age are you now?
8.
And do you like it?
Yeah.
Love it. Is there anything you don't like about it?
No.
Anything you don't like about it? Anything you don't like about it?
No, it's just lovely just being out coming around to campsites like this and just seeing new people, and it's just a lovely.
How often would you try and get away? Forget COVID now, but like last year.
Yeah.
How often would you try and get away?
Try to get away at least once or twice a month, depending if the lads have Gaelic or hurling matches on. It kind of ruins it, but we've prioritised it a bit more this year. We've got away now a lot this year, despite the COVID.
More so than
yeah, because it's been great now out to Kilmore Quay and all as well. Haven't we? Out to Achill and all over the place. Yeah.
Have you ever been here in Tree Grove before?
No, never been before. No, it's lovely. We got the weather as well, so it makes
Aren't we blessed with the weather? I was talking to all the gods. I had a chat with them all. But we're absolutely blessed, and it's brilliant. Right, so 2 years. Do you have a favourite campsite? Or do you wild camp, or are you only a campsite man?
No, we've only really been on campsites now. We were in Achill this year, and it was the first time we actually thought about maybe going wild camping, but it's kind of with the kids and things like that. It's just nice to have the electricity to hook up and the campsite then security as well.
Have you solar on the van?
No, thinking about it though. But,
I would say even if you never wild camp, there's just something about having one panel.
Yeah.
I don't know, even if you're plugged in most of the time, people say it's not worth it. I find it peace of mind having a solar panel, I have to be honest. It's just, and then maybe you would tend to stay on a beachfront or a car park a little bit more often.
Yeah, exactly.
So, okay, campsites. Do you have a favourite campsite? For example, if I was to say to you, you can never go camping again after this weekend, where do you want to go? Your last time to go camping with the lads, bring in the missus, the whole lot.
I think our favourite's probably Kilmore Quay. Yeah. I think, we love going down there.
And what is it from the town, or is that Alice's campsite, Kilmore Quay?
Yeah.
So is it from the campsite to the surround? Are you big into the water sports?
Yeah, we love
fishing.
We love the water sports. Although we made the mistake of telling Alice we went fishing and didn't catch a fish, and she hasn't let us live it down since.
Well, you know what? I went to Alice for the first time on the March 2 years ago, and it rained. And the second time I went March a year later, it rained, and she has asked us not to come back.
Yeah, she told us that.
She's like that, isn't she?
Yeah.
So you kind of. I'm a bit afraid of Alice, to be honest. If she says don't come back, you don't come back. So Kilmore Quay, so you like Kilmore Quay, the town, you love the campsite, the facilities. Yeah. Do you have, I notice you have bikes, so you're obviously an outdoor family.
Yeah.
Would your wife have the bike as well?
She has a bike, but it was I use it.
Right, okay. But it's there for her.
That's the one I have with me.
So there's only 3 bikes?
Yeah.
It's a 4 bike rack?
It is, yeah. There's more bikes at home, yeah.
Okay. And I saw you heading off this morning, so you're obviously an outdoor type family.
Yeah,
you like to get a spin if the weather is right.
I love
I can see why Kilmore Quay then? Because it has everything. It has the walks, the cycles, the beach, the shops.
Well, sure, even from here, we're going up to Sleeve Bloom now tomorrow, going mountain biking tomorrow, so on the way home.
Oh,
so
brilliant.
Yeah.
Just on the way, and you'll be home tomorrow?
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
going
we're
home tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
On the way home, so it's kind of, not on the way, but we'll make it. It's a lovely spot.
You can head home that way.
Yeah, exactly.
And have you been there before mountain biking?
I've actually been last weekend, and just to suss it out then for the lads. So we'll bring them up now, and they'll
no problem.
love it then.
You reckon they'll have no problem?
They'll be flying it up there now. Yeah, it's lovely.
Okay, you have the van 2 years. Do you have a favourite gadget? Now, it doesn't have to be a gadget. Is there something that you love? What's your favourite? Like I've said it on the video a few times. I'll say it one more time. I won't say it again after this. I have a kitchen roll holder. It's just for holding kitchen roll.
Yeah, you can't beat it.
But it's a ratchet. It doesn't roll out. Have you anything like that? Do you have any favourite thing?
Yeah.
We have the. I don't
What do you
know.
like? I think I got a flow meter for the water, so when I'm filling the tank up.
Okay.
Just so like coming away for a couple of days, you don't want to fill the entire tank up. So got a flow meter, so it hooks up to the hose.
So it goes from hose and then from it to the tank.
Yeah. So you know exactly what you put in. So I just
brilliant.
I knew then I just threw 20 litres into the
Rather than
tank.
putting in the 70 or 80 litres.
Or not knowing.
Or not knowing.
It's not knowing,
Normally
so.
what I'm doing now, I run the hose, I lift the seat, I stick my
Absolutely.
finger in.
Yeah.
So you don't have to do that anymore. You know you've a 90 litre tank.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you know 60 litres is enough or 20 litres is enough.
Exactly. Yeah.
Costly apparatus or?
Oh, it's only it's 10 euro or something like that. Yeah, it wasn't much at all. It was from. I pretend it was my find, but it was actually from the podcast. But I pretend it was
that
mine.
flow meter.
Yeah. I heard that before. So it was a good idea, and in fairness, it's nice to know how much you've put in. Just
Yes.
You can kind of gauge it then for the weekend, how long it'll last as well.
I see it's different. It's just myself and Deirdre. I just fill the tank.
Yeah.
But when there's 4 of you, 4 toilet
Well, it's
flushes,
the showers
4
now.
showers.
Yeah, it's the showers.
Especially now. Well,
Yeah.
we always showered anyway in our van.
Yeah.
I know, in saying that, still on site you'd use the showers, but we would still have showered in our van. But now, of course, it's more or less a necessity.
Absolutely. Yeah.
What about you guys? Anything favourite that you have? Nothing. So you're just happy out. Are you happy out?
They love sitting in the camper van. Just Connor loves sitting up the front. He gets a bit of travel sickness, so he sits up the front with me. He's my little navigator.
Oh, right.
And then Lee sits in the back with Karen. Then
No bother.
playing games.
Yes. No. So here's the question, and this is going to. I think it has come up in the podcast, but I know if it hasn't, it's going to come up in the podcast. Do you drop your table while travelling, or do you leave the table up?
No, table up, so they can play their games.
I have never, and that's our 11th camper, I have never dropped the table. Never.
Yeah, we dropped it last night to watch a film. Actually.
Oh no, but while travelling, while
Yeah.
leaving the house to go to Kilmore Quay, that table is up.
Stays
the
up,
2
yeah.
guys are sitting in playing cards or nothing, just reading or whatever.
Yeah.
Because Chris actually drops his.
Yeah.
And I said, but what did the 2 girls put their? He says they've 2 hands.
Yeah.
And I think it's a question that, as I say, I'm not sure if it has come up, but we're definitely going to bring it up. So you leave yours up.
Yeah, I think maybe from the point of view of safety, I suppose the table itself can slide slightly.
But are they not? I would have thought that they're designed. If there's a seat on either side,
Yeah.
that they're crash tested. They're
Yeah,
designed. I know, as I say, I have never in any of my campers, whilst travelling, dropped my table for safety reasons.
Well, that's only
as I say.
if you hit the brakes. Maybe the only thing you consider would be that the whole table slides. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe that could be a reason. But no, we leave it
You
there
only
so
have
they
half
can.
the sun you had leaving.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, lads, listen. I've said it at the end of every interview. We want to say thank you for listening to the podcast, and thank you for watching the Charlie and Me videos, and thank you for taking time out of what we know are busy lives to actually join us here for the weekend. We really do appreciate, and myself and Chris were only saying last night, I couldn't come up with the word, but Deirdre came up with the word. We're humbled with the reaction that we got to this, because initially this was the only area we wanted to book, these 12 pitches, and as you can see with COVID, right, there's 1 or 2 pitches still empty, but in general, I even don't think success is the word, but you guys made the success, all of you, and we thank you for that. So
No
thanks
problem at
for
all.
and thanks. Keep watching the videos and keep buying the gadgets and tell us about them.
Exactly.
Thanks again, guys.
Thanks, Aaron.
Okay, I reckon this could be the last, or at least the second last interview at the Charlie Me Camping Crew Meet. I think we've met 4 already, and this is the 5th. So what we'll do here, this is a different one. They're a young couple, well, a lot younger than us. They're a young couple, and they're in a self-build. So we'll start by the usual, getting them to introduce themselves, and then we'll take it from there. Guys, who are you and where are you from?
How are you doing? I'm Gavin.
I'm Elaine, and from Kilkenny.
Who's that down there?
This is Flame, our dog.
Now, this is your hometown. You literally live, what,
Yeah.
5 minutes from here?
Yeah, this is the quickest drive we've ever had.
Well then,
I'm
can I
like-
say at the first off, and I normally say this at the end of the video, thanks for not, because I know you guys are looking at the weather saying we should be out now jet ski in Achill somewhere at the moment.
Yeah, we're actually
Okay.
going Achill, yeah.
Well, first of all, on behalf of myself and Charlie and Chris, thanks for your support and thanks for giving up a weekend.
Oh,
I know
we're
it's
looking
killing you,
forward to it.
Elaine.
No,
I know
we're
this is
looking
killing
forward
you.
to it. We're looking
But equally,
forward
well,
to it.
we're delighted to have you here, and thanks for your support on the videos and the podcast. So, I mentioned just there at the offset, you guys have a self-built converted van. So this was a van that you bought.
Yeah. We bought.
Tell
the
us a little
van-
bit about it.
We bought the van three and a half years ago.
Yeah,
What
Yeah.
year is the van?
2007.
We
Okay,
bought
and it was a
2017.
crew cab.
It was.
Which, for people that don't know, it had seats in the back. That's why there's windows on the side door and the side panel.
Yeah. We had the seats in the back, so we had to gut everything out to start from scratch.
Okay.
And then we had to make a plan as to what we wanted inside.
What research did you do into the layout? Like, for example, I've done a conversion on a minibus. Now, it was 20 years ago. We didn't have rules and regulations. But I did a lot of research. YouTube wasn't big at the time,
Yeah.
so I didn't have as much research as we have now. So you bought the van, and then did you watch videos? Did you...
Yeah,
Yes,
primarily.
there was actually a Nate Murphy video.
Oh, yes, yes.
He did a conversion and we were watching it. Gavin watched it like ages
Yeah,
before
yeah.
and then he watched it again and I was watching it.
I
with him
showed
going,
Elaine,
Gav,
yeah.
you could do this. We should do this.
Now,
And
Gav, you're a mechanic, so
Yes.
you're okay with your hands.
Oh yeah,
and-
it wasn't a problem.
Yeah.
I was confident doing
Yes,
it that way.
yes.
Yeah.
Right down to the electrics, the
Oh.
solar. You were going to at least, and do you know they say, if there isn't a YouTube video on it, it can't be done, or you're going to be the first to do it. So did you go back to YouTube for pointers?
Yeah, we looked around different layouts was the big thing.
Right.
As to what were people doing? Layout.
Well, what could you fit in? Because that's not a long wheelbase
No.
van. Okay.
There's only
we
a
originally
medium.
wanted a long wheelbase, but this van has a fantastic roof rack. So when we went to see it, we fell in love with the roof rack. We're like, we can put decking up there, so we have a deck on the roof. So we gave up floor space in the van for
Okay.
a roof deck on the roof.
But you had an idea, but you were prepared to compromise.
Yeah, we compromised.
Now, so you buy the van, you watch a few videos. That is now a blank. It's just a
Yeah.
box.
What we did do is we got the area of the van on the inside.
Right.
We went to IKEA and we had an idea of IKEA, what we could do.
Okay.
So we went to them with our floor space, said we wanted kitchen cabinets in this area. And then we had a Calyx unit at home that we used as a press for storage of clothes.
Okay.
So we knew the Calyx unit, we could put the bed on top of the Calyx unit. So
Okay.
basically we went to IKEA with our plan and they drew out the space. We knew we needed floor space because we had 2 dogs at the time. Flame and Tuesday. We wanted them to have their bed on the floor, room to move around. So we wanted a fixed bed. So
Right.
we knew that our fixed bed could go on top of the Calyx unit. And then basically it was just about working around the space. So IKEA.
Yeah.
And so that unit there is an IKEA unit.
Yeah.
Ikea.
Yeah.
Ikea,
And
yeah.
but the one your bed is on, ye had.
No, it's also
Oh,
IKEA.
it's all because I
We
was going to
bought
say
it-
it's the same finish.
Yeah, we bought it specifically for the van. We kept the one for storage at home and then got another one for the van.
Now, do you cook in the van? Have you running water?
Yeah.
You've gas for
Yes.
cooking.
Yeah,
You were
it's
saying
a
you've a-
proper motorhome, like,
And you've a
converted.
diesel heater.
You've
So
a
you've
nice- yeah,
heating for because so you prefer to go wild camping than campsites. You'd rather
Yeah, it's
pull up on a
freedom.
quay
Yeah.
or a field
Yeah.
or a wood.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we don't know where we're going to be at any given time, you know.
It's usually the West Coast. We love
Yeah.
the West Coast. I love
So
the
do you
sea.
just finish work Friday and say let's go
Let's
somewhere
go off,
home
yeah.
and
we,
go?
We might want to go to watch the sunset.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? And if we're booked into a campsite, we're limited to where we can go and
Fact,
what we can do.
yes,
You know, that
yes.
kind of way. And during the summer, sunsets are very late.
Yes.
Do you know, that kind of way.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
just our lifestyle, I suppose, wild camping seems to suit us.
Yeah.
And the van is designed for wild camping. You have
Yeah.
enough solar
Completely
power,
off
you have
grid, yeah.
enough battery power,
Yeah.
you have enough 220 with your inverter and enough battery power to run your inverter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you have a fridge?
We have
We
a
do.
fridge. We have a 240 volt fridge, 220
So
volt
that's
fridge.
run on the inverter,
Inverter,
Yeah.
straight
which is run
yeah.
off the leisure battery.
Correct.
And the solar gives you ample leisure power.
Yeah.
It does. For a weekend, I'd say
Yeah.
we'd find it a push now for 2 or 3 days in a place. But we don't normally do this.
Right,
This
so
is-
what about water then as in capacity? When you're saying you've enough power for 3 days, what about water? How much
Same,
water?
Just enough for a weekend, a long
Yeah,
weekend.
You get used to kind of working with 25 litres. That was the hard part when we started was we ran out of water really fast.
Where is your water tank? Is it underslung or?
It's under in the in the
Oh, it's in the
Sink.
press. Okay,
Yeah.
So
okay.
25 fresh, 25 waste.
Oh
grey
right,
water.
okay.
Grey water.
And as you say, so you can always go to a petrol station and
Yeah.
fill up at a fresh water
Yeah,
tap.
or sometimes we'd be pulled into a campsite, empty or black water, and
Use the
grey water
facilities,
and,
yeah.
You know, shower and then
We'll
carry
stay
on
like
away.
one
like-
night.
Yeah.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
yeah.
And your
Before
toilet
we-
situation, you have the porty-loo like most small camper vans have.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
yes.
again, You have a toilet.
We have the toilet. We have space for the toilet there. We lift the bed up, which creates a separate room
In the back.
in the very back at the back
Which
door.
is storage by day. You have your electric scooters. Do you bring bikes?
No.
No. So the scooters are your mode
they're
of.
our new thing.
Yeah, just for the space once again, you know, bringing
But
bikes.
what about a bike rack?
Yeah, leaving them outside. I don't
Yeah,
know. We thought
yeah.
about it and we said no, we'd rather not.
Right. It takes the kind of stealth, like that looks like a work van.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that was
that's
what
what
you
we
were
liked.
going for.
That's what we wanted. We didn't want people looking at us going, oh, are they staying there tonight? Or
And in the winter we wouldn't have the roof box on. The
So
roof
it
box is
really
just for
looks like a
extras,
work van.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what in the summer we'll have like wetsuits up there and like a cabin fire.
Yes, in the
cabin
box.
fire. Yeah.
And then
whereas
during
we
the
don't need
winter,
that.
but you'd still go away in the winter?
yeah, all year round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Just
used
to
we only
get
put
away.
the diesel heater in the last 12 months. And before that we went away even without heat in the van.
So what was the heat? Just
it was free.
Let-
we have an
let-
electric
electric
blanket.
blanket.
in the
yeah,
van.
and did that do the job?
That'd stay on, yeah.
job,
Keep the
yeah.
bed nice and toasty and yeah.
Lots of cuddling. Okay, this is a family show. There was no need for that, Virgil. Oh, and of course, and would he? I see he has a spot on the floor,
Yeah.
but would
He
you
can
drag
jump
him
up
up
on
onto
it.
the bed on a cold
Sometimes,
night?
yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah, aren't they great for that?
Yeah.
And the size of him, in fairness, he's in fairness to him, he's almost a double, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's
And
absolutely
sometimes
gorgeous.
Gavin's son Darren comes with us as well, so there could be three
Yeah.
of us trying to squish
What age is he? That space-wise? Oh, could be, he's sleeping in bed with you.
Yeah, he has a
Oh,
sleeping
right.
bag.
He's sleeping bag now. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And
Yeah.
we have like a blow-up mattress thing that you can put up on the
Yes.
seats.
So how long have you got this van completed? How long are you on the road?
Oh, easily.
Officially 3 years now.
Oh, is it that long?
Yeah,
Right, and happy with it?
Love it.
100%. So we didn't have any previous experience
Yes,
of camping.
yes. Or you had no expectations?
No.
So what you're doing is for the first time.
First time, and
that
as we go,
suits.
and it worked out perfect.
We love it, yeah.
You know,
If I could live full time in the van, I would.
You wouldn't in that size, but
I would.
would you?
Yeah,
Because you know we're both following people on YouTube that
Yeah.
live full time, but
Yeah.
they're normally long
I think
wheelbase or
maybe a
motorhomes.
shower would make it a little bit easier.
Yeah. So if you were doing it again, that was my next question. If you were doing it again, new van,
That's the only difference. Is the shower.
you'd more look for a long wheelbase to
Yeah.
accommodate
Yeah,
shower and
shower and
toilet
toilet,
cubicle.
yeah.
And is
Just
that
for
the
the
only
ease.
change?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Everything else has been
That's a
perfect.
pretty big change, though.
Oh no, it is, and it's an extra 2 foot of a van, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, I
For
suppose.
parking like this.
Yeah, that
perfectly
parks
normal.
literally anywhere. Yeah.
And it's usually just the two of us. We don't entertain or anything.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of way. So we wouldn't need.
Yeah, you're
like a
very
dining
antisocial. I
table.
noticed that
We
about
are
you earlier on.
totally
Actually,
antisocial.
I'm actually talking to you. I'm not talking to Elaine here. You make me look social, and believe me, I am antisocial. Right, let's talk about so you. I know this because we were chatting on video and you listened to the podcast. You've had this to Scotland last year.
Yes.
Yeah.
How long did you go over there for?
2 weeks.
Was that mostly wild camping or all wild camping or 50-50 or 60-40?
No, it was. We stayed.
Mostly wild camping.
Yeah, mostly we stayed in the campsite.
Yeah, when we first got to Scotland, we stayed by Loch Lomond in a place called Ardlui Hotel.
Okay.
And
Car park.
It was
Car
yeah,
park
pretty
slash
much.
static units.
Yeah,
Kind of.
Oh, right,
yeah.
okay,
So
okay.
they have like maybe space for 10 or more
Right,
campers,
okay.
but it's right beside Loch Lomond and there's a water activity place just up.
Did you bring the
road.
jet ski with you to Scotland?
No,
Oh, so
no,
it's
we
just the
didn't.
van. Because I meant to say earlier on, I know
Yeah.
you tow a jet ski at times. So it
Yeah.
was just the van,
Just the van.
dogs, yourselves.
Yeah, and Gavin's parents.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
so
so they
they-
followed in another motorhome,
Yeah,
the
so
camper
we were
van.
in a bit of a convoy over
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Because I know as I say, we've been in touch we were in touch through video, and they sent us a video of them listening to the podcast. And Flame got a mention, well, the lads got a mention, but they were all chuffed, and it gave me a bit of a buzz seeing the guys send us a video of them listening to the podcast in Scotland. And so that's how I knew they were in Scotland. It was brilliant. Well, forget Scotland for a second. So you've been around for the last 2.5, 3 years, wild camping and campsites. Well, you've only stayed in 2 campsites, haven't you?
And Ardmore, which is
an
Yeah,
air.
so
right.
air, same with
Well, then
Cove-
forget
Cove as well,
another,
as well,
which is
yeah.
another air. Right, then we won't ask you this one. I'll ask you, where is your favourite wild camping spot? For example, this is your last weekend camping. You have to give back the van. You've lost your licence. You can't drive. You'll never camp again. Where do you go for your last weekend? Do you have a favourite spot that...
Carrier Clare, I think. We love Achill Island, but we can go there again.
No,
So-
you can't. You're
Yeah.
banned from camping. This is it, Elaine. After Monday, you cannot go anywhere ever again.
Oh, Achill Island then.
I'd say it probably would have to be Achill because we've been there so long. It has been a favourite of ours.
Okay,
you know.
so you've been there
Keem
so
is
often.
It has
like-
everything in one small
Yeah.
space.
One problem I find, I love Achill, I love the campsites. Again, we don't wild camp. It has wind and
a lot of
plenty
wind,
of flipping
yeah.
wind. On a day like today, I'm sure,
could
I
be
know
going
you'd
out
love
of
to be in Achill this weekend.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's wind there
There
today.
is, of course, but that's why there's kite surfing. We don't kite surf, by the way, but that's why there's kite surfing.
No, but I would be down there flying kites, where you can't fly them on a day like today.
Yeah.
We've been blessed
No,
with it.
the weather-wise wouldn't really bother us as such.
I think if you're camping in Ireland in a van or a motorhome, weather can't bother you because we don't get
You just
the
wrap
weather.
up and you bring.
Yeah.
Wellies are our favourite. Most
Yeah.
have
That's
item.
our
If you want to
staple
wild
footwear.
camp in Ireland,
Yeah.
get yourself a pair of wellies.
And a good heavy coat.
And a good,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wellies, you can just walk wherever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, most
Well,
beaches
somebody
have
once
a
said
river
that there's no
going
such
through.
thing as bad weather, it's just bad clothing.
Yeah.
So you guys know this and you prepare for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, to wrap up, I love your van. I've seen the tour. Favourite item, i.e. gadget on the van? I love all your lighting, I've got to be honest, from your van, your outside lighting. They've got lighting underneath which lights up the side skirts. They've lighting on the roof rack that we mentioned earlier. They've beautiful lighting under that kitchen unit. But what's your favourite part of, not the build, the actual van?
Yeah, of the
Probably
van.
our newest gadget.
Well, of the van itself.
For the whole
views
camping
in the
experience,
van.
what do you love about when you close
we
that
don't-
door at night?
We don't have a TV. We have a projector.
All
So,
right.
I think the projector.
Yeah, what we do is we divide the cabin or the driving cabin from the back space by a blind. So we put down
Yes,
the blind.
and that's your screen.
That's our screen, and we have a portable.
Now, when you say projector, does this connect like to Netflix or whatever, or
Yeah,
in
you
USB
can stream,
movies that
you
you've
can-
downloaded, or
Yeah.
It can stream and it can also play directly off a USB key.
If
or
you have
hard
something
drive,
downloaded onto
or
it.
HDMI cable input.
oh yeah, that would be
So-
for the likes. So you've obviously Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
we have
van
Wi-Fi in the van,
Wi-Fi,
hotspot in the van, yeah, that we can connect to.
Whether it doesn't have to be connected to the Wi-Fi here. It's your own hotspot,
No, it's our own,
like our
yeah.
own.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so
brilliant.
that's our van is our home away from home.
Yes.
And with the projector, then
It's-
it's truly a
Yes.
home away
Yeah.
from home.
Yeah.
So that kind of
Anybody
way.
can have a telly. I mean,
No matter
I've got a
where we
telly.
are in Ireland, we can see our home from here.
Yes, in fairness. Well, guys, listen, again, I know you'd rather be zooming around on a lake or the sea in Achill. All
we're
three
good,
of you.
we got
But
sunshine,
yeah,
so-
yeah, we
Yeah,
can't
well,
be
that's-
blessed.
And we never get to put out our awning, so it's
Yes,
kind of a little bit of
you
a
were saying that
bonus,
yesterday.
yeah.
That
Yeah, we get
is
to
it
show off the
new
van.
or you just didn't get a chance? You just never get a
No, we
chance.
have that while we've set it up and we've yeah, that's the way we've
How is it held on the roof?
2 screws. Very
And then
primitive.
looped in.
Yeah, functional but works, you know.
Yes, yeah, and it
it's-
does. And then the Christmas lights around it for night time.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you, first of all, as I say, from behalf of myself and Charlie and from Chris, for staying home
No.
and
it's
spending a
pleasure
few
anyway.
bob to come and see us. And thanks for listening to the podcast and supporting the videos. We really do appreciate it.
Cheers, you're welcome. Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay, I've changed clothes. It's a new day. It's Sunday.
Yeah, I think
It's Sunday. We've had a fantastic weekend, and I recorded with Charles yesterday, and I lost the footage.
Very good. I'm from Cork and my name is Charles Coughlin.
You've been on the road since June 29th, since the lockdown is over. Having a ball?
Yeah, really having a great time. I've been away an awful lot. I suppose it must be about 200 nights at this stage.
It must be. It
Yeah.
must be.
Oh, sorry. That's since the end of August when I bought the camper first.
No, I'm talking about since June. I know,
Well,
since June.
I
Because we had a
certainly-
lockdown.
yeah,
and
since June,
It
yeah.
feels like 200 nights.
I haven't been at home, a few times, maybe 14 or maybe for 2 weeks in total, or maybe 3 weeks.
I wouldn't even say it. Well,
Yeah.
from following you on the Facebook groups and all, I wouldn't say you've seen home for 3 weeks in total. I would have said if you've been home 10 times.
Maybe around
bit
maybe
more.
2 weeks,
Okay,
maybe
okay.
14 nights, maybe.
Right. Are you heading home from here now, or are you going to stay on the road?
No, I'm going down to Stonyford, down to Fred in a place called Mazards.
I know it, yes.
Yeah, I'm
Right.
going to stay there overnight, and
Okay, okay.
I know Fred fairly well. And
Are you
he's
going
got-
home tomorrow?
I probably will. I probably will.
So now I know from chatting to you, you're more into the wild camping, although you have stayed in campsites, but not many. You're more reclusive. Am I right?
Well, yeah. Like,
I'm right.
well, you are. Yeah, I love wild camping, and
Yes,
I've been
yes.
wild camping an awful lot. I was
Yes.
wild camping in my previous camper.
Yes.
And I've been to a few campsites, and I must say this place is very impressive.
You were saying this is your first time here at Tree Grove.
Yeah. I'll
Isn't it
definitely.
ideal?
It's
It's an
super.
ideal setting.
I'll
Yeah.
bring a bicycle back here.
Yeah,
and
this suits you now for touring the area, be it on a motorbike or a push bike.
absolutely.
I saw that when
yeah,
you
yeah,
came in,
yeah,
and
yeah.
the surroundings of you, and wasn't the weather this weekend fantastic?
Fantastic.
I have spoken to everybody. At 6 o'clock today, the heavens will open. I've only got it till 6 o'clock. Yeah. So if you plan on going for a walk, be back at the camper by 6 o'clock, the heavens will open.
There was frost here at 7 o'clock this morning out in the field.
Yeah. And it's still beautiful.
And there wasn't a cloud in the sky yesterday or the day before.
The day before. We've been blessed. So let's get back on script. So you only have this van since August of last year?
Yeah.
But you had a motorhome before that?
I had the Heimer B544.
How long did you have that for?
I had it about 8 years.
Oh right. Had you a motorhome before that?
No.
So that was your intake into the motorhome?
Exactly, yeah.
What make is she?
It's a Shawson 530 flash.
She's beautiful. And I've had the tour guys. It's ideal for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not a layout now that I would pick, but that's the beautiful thing about, and especially if you're buying new or near new, you will find a layout that suits your needs, and that suits you to a T.
Anything that was that size had a fixed bed in the back.
Yes, which
and
you
it took
didn't
up too
really
much space.
Yeah.
And this one, the bed is overhead, and you push a button, and the bed comes down, and
There's not even pulling it down.
No,
you just
not
push
a bit.
the button.
Yeah.
What happens? And I meant to ask you this actually when I met you. What happens if that fails? Is there a manual override option, or do you know?
I have no idea.
Right.
I have no idea.
But you have the option of dropping the table. You still have a bed if this doesn't come down.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right.
Well, it's on a motor and it's on 4 belts.
Yeah, but if it failed for some reason, you still have a bed.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Because I'm saying after spending so much money and then this decides to come down crooked or not at all, you still have a bed. You can drop the table. And I've had to put the mockers on it now, haven't I?
Well, if it fails, I hope it fails within the warranty.
Yes, if ever it does. Right, so now you've had this to Scotland.
Yeah.
You've been all over the place. Charles has motorbikes and you've done touring on the bikes and B&B'd and tent over the years. You just love being out there.
Yeah, I like travelling. Travelling is great.
Let's talk about Ireland. Do you have a favourite spot, not necessarily campsite or even a campsite, that if I said to you today, we're taking a motorhome off you on Monday, you can't motorhome ever again, go to your favourite spot. Do you have a favourite spot that you'd want to go to one more time? You're never allowed to go camping again.
Slayhead outside Dingle.
And is that wild camping?
That would be wild camping,
and
absolutely.
Is it a pier or is it a wood? Is it just an Aldi car park? Why there?
Cumminole Beach maybe, or overlooking Cumminole or Wine Strand. There's a very small place down there where you can get 2 campers in there. And it's just within walking distance of the village of Ballyferter itself.
So, do you have a favourite gadget? Not necessarily in this camper van, maybe in your last one. Is there something that if you got down to Ballyferter, I'm after forgetting my
drone or camera gear?
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, I'm into photography, so.
And even if you didn't use them all the time, it's nice to know that they're.
And even worse if you forgot your phone.
Well, that's a given for everybody. That's a given for everybody. How did we survive before phones?
I haven't a clue.
Yes,
how did we survive without forums?
Yes, exactly. And YouTube.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, where were we without YouTube? What took them so long? Listen, thank you for supporting us and coming down this weekend.
No problem. We had a great weekend. Thank you very much as well.
Down. And we will see you again, no doubt. We'll call it to your house, but you won't be there.
I'll meet you in Dixfield.
No, do you know what? We're going to bump in again. Charles, you stay safe and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thanks,
we'll talk
Aaron.
to you again soon.
And
Take
Chris.
care.
All right, bye.
Somebody said to me last night and this morning, see you next year. What do you think?
That could be next month, Aaron, judging by how we got on.
You know the country's in lockdown. Wow. What we want to say is that we knew we were going to have people come to see myself, Chris and Charlie. I didn't expect that many.
No.
I didn't expect that many positive comments.
A really great crowd, yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Even our own gang behaved themselves for the weekend, which is...
Never happens.
My fear was the camping crew letting us down. But in fairness, we just want to say thank you to each and every one of you for taking time to come here and meet us this weekend, for listening to the podcasts, for watching the videos, myself, Charlie, and for listening to the podcast with myself and Chris.
Yeah, and it was great to actually put faces to people's names, because we get a lot of mails and suggestions from all the same people, so to see them come along and to meet them face to face was brilliant.
So, on behalf of myself and Chris, thank you. Keep listening. Do your line.
And don't forget to tell your camping friends all about us.
And don't forget to subscribe.
Absolutely.
See you next year.